Hey everybody, it's Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. Welcome to late night pouring, insomnia pouring. I suddenly feel like I need to have one of those deep DJ voices, you know, so when you listen to the music or the radio on Sunday mornings, they always talk like this. Or like golf announcers, right? I think when they like interview them, they must ask them like, let me hear your best hockey voice. And then they go, he shoots, he scores, and then let me hear your Sunday morning voice. So when I paint late at night, I have to have my late at night painting voice. Anyway, that was like my stream of consciousness for the night, I promise. Wanted to show you the results from the last video. This guy here, this is the insomnia pour. A couple interesting things about it. It's not quite cured yet. It's only been like 4 days. And I can tell if I put my hand underneath, it's still slightly damp. It's okay for a light touch, and hopefully the glare is not too bad. But I wanted to point out a couple things. If you remember, if you watched this video, I did not torch at all. I didn't even pop bubbles. And because I didn't do that, in the white portions, it left little teeny tiny pinholes where the bubbles popped. And then a couple places, like where's one, like right here, the bubble popped and shows the color underneath, which I can easily touch up with white paint. It's no big deal, but I thought that was kind of funny. And then I got one little divot, I'll call it, from the silicone, and it's right there. I could feel it, but luckily it made a divot in the shape of the cell that's right there perfectly, so you really have to look for it. So that's this one. I was happy that the yellow held up. That maroon color naturally got darker, but I think it'll shine up when I put some polyacrylic on it. It's fine. I like it well enough. It's not my favorite. I'm not gonna keep it, I'm gonna try and sell it. But there you have it. So tonight, I really don't have anything too particular in mind. Kind of had a wild hair up my butt to just throw paint on the canvas, and realized that I would need to tarp the floor to do that. But I do want to do that in one painting. So tonight we have a 12 by 24 pre-Gessoed hardwood cradled panel that I have gone ahead and covered in white. And I've only done that because it's so toothy. Like when the pre-Gessoed panels you get at here in the States at Hobby Lobby, they're the Master's Touch brand. I like them normally when I'm doing my drag because I'm dragging the colors down anyway. But if I want to move paint around on my canvas a little more, it makes it tougher. So I thought tonight I'd cover it just to help the paint slide around a bit. So for colors, we have Liquitex Bright Aqua Green. We have Blick's Cadmium Orange Hue, which is just ever so slightly paler orange. We have Liquitex Heavy Body, the Turquoise Deep. And we have the Winsor Newton Cadmium Red Deep, which to me is the ultimate red shade. It is not too orange, not too blue. It's just pure red. It's just red in the best sense of the word. So a little bit of that. And then the cup, one more, the Winsor Newton Windsor Blue, which is just your everyday like dark navy blue color, but it's pretty, and I love Winsor Newton paints. Already splooging myself. And then a couple nights ago I had a batch of paint that I poured that was a Dick Blick brand. That's their version of like a turquoise green that was totally lumpy. So it's been sitting around for a couple days, and I'm happy to say that it is pretty much lump free. So don't give up on your lumpy paint. Don't throw it away. I just do this. I just take another cup and I just do this and set it aside for a while. So I'm happy to say that that worked out. Um, I've already gone ahead and pre-poured 2 cups, layered them, and I will do the third one so you guys can see. And if you guys can't hear me tonight, I give up, because tonight I have my selfie stick stuck into my my desk organizer where I keep my paint sticks and my brushes and my palette knives. It's like a little lazy Susan, and literally I can touch the thing. I'm only about 1.5 feet away from my iPhone. The volume is all the way up. It seems like a quiet night. I'm waiting any moment for a siren or an ambulance to go by, but so far so good. And I think this is like the best I can do. The problem with that is it hogs up a lot of room on my little table here, and so I can't mix in front of you. So I'm going to turn this to the side just to show you, you know, how I layer this third cup. If you're bored by layering, feel free to fast forward. And speaking of fast forwarding, thank you all for the lovely comments. You were all absolutely right. I will continue to film. But what I did was I went back and watched my very first video where I was so into my head that I think I was more natural because I was just doing my thing. So I'm going to get out of my own way and stop overthinking it and just do my thing. So that's the plan. So I'm going to put my music back on, layer some paint, and see what happens on the canvas. I hope you enjoy. Echo. Continue.
Amazon Music is streaming on another device. Would you like to stream from here instead?
Yes. Echo. Volume 4. Okay, that's the cheesiest song that ever cheesed, honest to God. I gotta love country music. Good old songs about broken hearts and trucks and beer and more broken hearts and bars and trucks. Lots and lots of trucks. I was on a 90s country music kick there for a little bit. Found it amusing. Oh, I'm out of white for this last cup. Oh well. Alright. Let me move this back so you can see. Throw some gloves on. I still have my man hand gloves. Been trying to use them up. And I wanted to give a shout out to another artist. I don't know her, but I adore her work. I think her real life name is Jamie Titreault. Titreault, I think would probably be the French way of saying it. But she's Jayaust, I believe, on Instagram. And she doesn't really share her method or have videos or anything like that, but she has the most bright, happy, amazing cells, amazing pores that if you're in a crappy mood and you just need to look at something pretty, highly recommend her page because they're just fun, very, very fun. And I'm toying with the idea of doing a pour, taking a page from her palette colors because I like dark and moody, and she's the opposite, bright and happy. So, all right, here goes nothing. Hopefully it slides around well. I do want a bunch more white, similar to that last Insomnia painting. But I also have an urge to just do a painting where you just literally throw it at the canvas, but definitely not tonight. So, and I think I'm gonna mix this up a bit. I'm gonna put one here and splooge all over my table. Well, subconsciously I did want to throw it. Did you guys see that? That was pretty funny. Yeah, let my canvas move all around. That was hilarious. 1, 2, that was a little better. 3, another big splooge. All right, then throw float around a little bit too. I could do one of those pours where people move them around in the cup. I guess. It's not what I had planned. Not that I really had anything planned, but. Save some of that in the cup. See, that's the white I had in mind. Boy, it really is running off my canvas, which is bumming me out. I wanted to speed up the drag time, but not have it run away. I'm going to be forced to tilt right away. I kind of want them to run into each other a little bit. Stop. Just stop. Stop a second. Stop right there. Oh, you guys, wait, where am I? Oh, you can't see me. I believe I just gave myself like a white mustache, which is kind of funny too. Let me just look. wanted more white. How much white do you have to add? I used like an entire big tube of white too. Like a lot of it. I'm bummed about being wasteful on this side. That bums me out. Maybe I can add a color to it and do a dip or something afterwards. And let's see if it moves anymore. I think it's settled down. And then I do want to point out something on this canvas that I've been meaning actually to talk about. All right, so I want to pour that off, but I'm in love with this area right here. So decisions, decisions. So let me stop again. But one thing you all know is how much I love my background pours. Like this stuff, love it. But I'm finding that by doing the whole, let me make sure I have an empty cup, a clean cup to demonstrate. So when you do this, and it comes flying out of your cup and down your canvas, it makes this awesome background with all the different colors and layers and stripes with your cells on top, and they look like they're floating, which I've always loved. And this was like something I've been meaning to experiment, and it was a happy accident tonight. The colors that leaked out of my cup when I just had them sitting on the canvas, to me, are much more vivid and bright. Now it could be the white, like here definitely, obviously, it's the white. But in other areas, like in here even, this part is still brighter. So I think next painting I'm going to forgo that method and go back to the traditional where it's just the regular old flip cup and lift straight up, or maybe just lift and tilt. I used to do it that way and I stopped because I hated the ring it left. And I'm always, I don't know, it's the neatnik in me, I always hated too. So you do this and you lift it up and then it drips off the rim and gets all over and people like, you know, throw it around. And I just hate it. I don't know why, I just hate it. It always bothered me. So that's when, this is like a long time ago, a year and a half ago. That's when I stopped doing that and started doing, it started off as just pouring away. And then it went to like the pour drag thing. Just an observation. I know, I can feel it. I know I can't see myself, but I think I have white under my nose because it feels like I do. This is an interesting little pour. I've got all these cool little cells here, but they're really vivid. And then my big traditional ones over here. I feel like the composition still looks a bit unfinished, that I need to do something. Like here, not necessarily there. Well, right here for sure. But I don't want to lose, I don't want to, like, to me the whole favorite part of the canvas is right here. All right, so we're just gonna have to go for it. So I'm gonna go that way for a second. I'm gonna go that way and this way at the same time. Oh, that's gonna break my heart to lose that bit. I don't wanna lose that bit. I don't wanna. Come back up here. Maybe we'll go this way first and move them out of the way. There's that end. I guess I can cheat and put pour paint in I have paint in my cups a little bit. Just finish it off right there. I'm gonna leave that white, even if I have to make like a tiny bit of white. I'm gonna leave those other corners white. I can always dig out a dollop, right? Always. Got some red left. Yes. A little red in that corner around the white. Leave the white part. I need a white line there. Just finish it off like that. Oh, I kind of like that. I'm going to do that in all the corners. Just leave the white. Put a dab of red like that. Yeah, like that. Since I already had it in this corner, and we'll do it up here too. Pale. There's like a little cell coming out right there. That's good. Oh no, hopefully quick and easy tonight. I'm kind of liking it. I don't like this. I don't like. Oh, I gotta do something right there too, don't I? Which means tilting toward me. I don't want to lose it. I refuse. Ugh, I hate that. It looks muddy. Hate it. There we go. That's some better color. There we go. It's better. Stronger color. That was just enough. And I kept my cool part right there. And I am dangerously close to the edge of my table. So I don't know if this whole selfie stick on the table is going to work out because it just doesn't leave me enough room to work. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do to this. Any torching? Very little. I want to leave some of the background space. I do like all the different colors. Very interesting. It's pretty bright and happy. Torch. Let's just go pie for some bubbles. A little closer right there. Right in there and right in there. Get some down here, my corners. And right in here. Get some of that green to pop through. Very interesting cell composition tonight. I have like 3 different kinds of cells. If you ever use just GAC 800 or GAC 800 as your pouring medium, you'll know one of the signature features about that pouring medium is that it makes the kidney shape cells, and usually sometimes they're single or sometimes they're double, and it look like 2 kidney beans kissing each other. There's kind of an example of that one right there. So tonight, I just made this up, honest to God. I'm just back into experimenting mode. So I used a 1/4 cup of GAC 800 with a 1/2 cup of Floetrol and a 1/2 cup of Elmer's glue oil. So that's the recipe tonight. Mixed it up real well. And to me, it's interesting because I can see, honest to God, I can see the influence of the GAC 800 in the cell shapes. I don't know what's in that product that makes cells into that kidney shape, but whenever I'm on Instagram or on Facebook pages, and invariably I'll see cells in that shape, and sure enough, I'll read it and someone will say, yes, GAC 800, which is really cool. So I'm stopping there. That's it for tonight. Ta-da! Let me get the selfie stick down to show you guys. Where am I? Just because I'm like dying to see what my face looks like. Because I know I paint on it. I can feel it. Oh yeah, that's lovely. God, thank you guys so much for watching. I totally forgot to do my, late night voice. Oh well. Let me show you these cells on this painting. Apologies in advance for the glare too. I'm trying to move my lamp out of the way without knocking it over. Hold on one second. Oh wait, where am I? You stare at this while I fiddle with the lamp. There we go. Stay. All right. Move this around. See what you guys are looking at. GAC type cells are these guys here. That's what those look like. There are some amazing, amazing cells here, if I do say so myself. That one, this one, these bullseye ones that I like to call. Here's my favorite part over here, these red and green with the blue. Over here is more what I call Floetrol Elmer's glue oil land. They look like my traditional cells that I always get. And then some more, am I getting too close? Some more bullseye ones right in there. Let me go up. I think this is gonna be, I gotta find a better editing video process. And that's what she looks like. I'll be sure to post pictures of this guy. I'm kind of liking it, so maybe it'll be a keeper. I'm gonna go off camera, touch up the sides, and figure out what to do about the leftover paint on my table. So this is Charlie Chaplin. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.